Hi, Fiona Lewis here from Super Savvy Business with this week's SEO and Traffic Word of the Week update. I'm up here at the Sunshine Coast at the beautiful Novotel Resort, and I've taken a leaf out of Stephen Covey's book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, and taking some time to learn, to grow, to strategize and to plan. And it's very important as business owners that we do take this time out of our business. Anyway, I do digress. One of the speakers I heard this week was Nick Bowditch from Facebook in Australia. And I had a whole pile of fantastic information from Nick. He's an amazing person. But one thing I just really wanted to share with you is a small tip that he shared about Facebook ads. If you are doing Facebook ads, he says that there is a 149 character limit on your Facebook ads, but he says don't use that amount. Instead, use something around the size of 65 characters. The reason for this is that then your ad will have white space around it. And as we all know, when we look at the beautiful clean designs of Apple, for instance, white space really works. It's nice and clean and sharp, but it's also very attractive to the eye. So that's just a very small tip that Nick shared with me, and just wanted to pass that on to you. Moving right along, our next topic that I'd like to cover is just a couple of things you should be thinking about doing every single day when it comes to your online marketing. First of those is relationship building. Make sure that you continue to build your relationships in some day, every single day, whether that's through social media, whether it's through commenting on other people's blogs, perhaps it's through replying to comments made on your blog. It could even just be through email. It really doesn't matter, but ensure that in your business you are doing something to actually build relationships. Another thing that I highly recommend that you stay on top of on a daily basis is monitoring your Google Analytics account. Check to see which keywords are bringing you traffic. Perhaps you've got unexpected keywords that you weren't aware of that were bringing you traffic. Look at your most popular pages to get ideas about content and what sort of content is most popular. There are so many different things that you could be getting valuable information from your Google Analytics account, but if you don't check in and monitor it, how can you measure? How can you know exactly what you need to do to move your business forward in the online world? Another thing that I'd like to touch on is the idea of staying on top of your competition and industry news. Make sure you know what is going on. Don't turn a blind eye on it. If you plan to become market leader in your niche, then you really have to know what is going on in your space. Set up Google Alerts, RSS feeds, subscriptions, all of those things to aggregate all of the data into the one place, such as a Google Reader account, or if you're on an iPad, perhaps you can get a Flipboard app set up. But just find a way to stay on top of everything that's going on. Finally, the last thing I'd like to touch on for your daily tasks is to ensure that you monitor your rankings. Keep an eye on what's happening to your website in the online world. If you can see that you've got a keyword which seems to be, or a page that seems to be stuck on a particular keyword, maybe you're getting close to reaching page 1, or maybe you're at the bottom of page 1 and you just can't quite get it moving up, then you know to put a little bit more effort into that page. Little things like that can make a big, big difference. Let's say, for example, that you had a keyword that was sending, or let's say, for example, that you had a page that was starting to send you some really good traffic, but you were in position 4 or 5. By checking your analytics and monitoring your rankings, what you can then do is push that page a little bit further, build some good quality, relevant links to it, and you might be able to move it up just a couple of spaces, and just watch the difference it makes in your traffic if you can get your site listed a couple of spaces above. The final bit of news that I'd like to touch on today was some information I recently read that came straight from the horse's mouth, Eric Schmidt, who has worked in very high positions within Google. Now, he's got a book about to come out, and in that he was recently quoted when talking about the book that Google authorship is really going to play quite heavily in the world, in the space of helping your website to rank. So he basically says that websites that don't have verified authorship are likely to rank below those that do have verified authorship. So if you don't already have your Google authorship account set up, please, please, please make sure you do, because if it's not having a huge impact now, at some point it probably will. And this is coming from Eric Schmidt. If you do have it, make sure you can go back and check that it's working. So I think that pretty much draws our word of the week to a close. My name is Fiona Lewis from Super Savvy Business. I'm going to probably go out on a catamaran now or perhaps a kayak and enjoy the rest of the afternoon. And I'll look forward to seeing you in our next update.